Our Matt Holiner is live tonight at the Montgomery Community Pool. Matt, seeing those dogs making my heart happy.
Oh man, Rob, this is a great event. I've never heard of this before, where you're getting dogs and people together in the pool at the same time, but that's what's happening here. You know, my original plan was I was just going to stand on the sidelines and not get in, but that's going out the window. I'm getting in. We're rolling up the jeans. This is the most casual I've ever been on air, but we're going to get in here. Now, this is my buddy Tuscan. Tuscan, he's a standard poodle, right? Can I throw the ball for him? Sure. This guy's been at it all day. Can he get it? Oh, I'm going to have to make him work for that one. Come on, buddy. And now, let's go over here. We got Holly, who, tell me about Holly. What is Polly again?
Polly is a
Havanese. So a Havanese. So part Yorkie and part... So she doesn't like to swim, I get it. She's on the kickboard. You just have to sort her, lift her up. She looks a little cold. And I think Tuscan's almost back. Good work, buddy. This is going on until 8 o'clock tonight. This is an awesome event, and the pool closes tomorrow. So this is your last chance to get in the pool and bring the dogs out. Great event. Guys, back to you.
Nice job, man.
Yeah, I hope my dogs aren't watching at home.
Oh, they'd be like, hey, man, what about us?
Right.
What about you knew about that? You're not taking us there?
Let's go out to Matt Holiner. He's down at Smale Park, and it looks like he's just sort of chilling.
That's exactly what I'm doing. This is the best assignment I've ever had. Just go out and talk about how nice the weather's going to be. All right, I can do that. So enjoying the weather here at Smale Riverfront Park. Tons of people out. Yeah, it's been a gorgeous day today. Temperatures in the mid-70s. That was warmer than we were expecting. Models all said we were going to be in the low 70s today, and that's why we think this weekend we're talking about temperatures close to 80 degrees. So let's grade the weekend. Why is this going to be such a great weekend? We keep talking about great weekend, great weekend. Well, let's go through the checklist here. Well, temperatures are going to be around 80, upper 70s, and there's a good... We got that. Now, some folks may say, it's a little too warm. I don't like temperatures in the 80s. Well, don't worry, because it's still going to be cool in the mornings and the evenings because the humidity is going to go low. Don't have to worry about any high humidity. Winds are also going to be light because that area of high pressure is going to be almost right on top of us, so not much of a pressure gradient. So we got light winds, and it's going to be sunny as well. That area of high pressure, you add all that up, and I'll give this weekend an A. Go out there and enjoy it. It's going to be awesome. Guys, back to you.
Of course, it's Fish Fry Friday, and our Matt Holiner is live at the Prince of Peace School in Covington. And Matt, a lot of hungry people out there, right?
Yeah, it's packed. You know, they've been doing this for 3 weekends already, but they still have a huge crowd here today. And you can smell that great fried fish smell in the air. You know, this is a new experience for me. I'm from Texas originally, and fish fry season doesn't occur down there. But I think I'm going to have to take some of these ideas and spread it down south because, I mean, look at this. How can you complain? Great fried fish, mac and cheese, green beans, coleslaw. Yeah, they're lining up, and I'm very tempted. I'm going to have to line up here. Oh. Well, it looks like I've already got some right here, right now. Look at this. Fried fish, green beans, French fries, mac and cheese. It doesn't get any better, does it? Oh, we got some fried shrimp, too.
Matt Holiner right now is thinking much further out. Matt, what do you have for us?
Yeah, we're talking about winter, and particularly one graphic that's been floating around the internet. This is from our friends at the Farmer's Almanac, not the old Farmer's Almanac, just the Farmer's Almanac. There are two different ones. And this is their forecast for this winter. Numbing cold and snowy in the tri-state. Chilled to the bone and wet in Texas. Penetrating cold all the way down into Florida. Well, that's not very good. All right, so how do they make this forecast? Well, I went to their website, and these are direct quotes from their website. The editors of the Farmer's Almanac firmly deny using any type of computer satellite tracking equipment, weather lore, or groundhogs. I'm glad they're not using groundhogs. That's good. What we will admit is using a specific and reliable set of rules that were developed back in 1818 by David Young. 1818. The science of meteorology has come a long way since then. The only person who knows the exact formula is the Farmer's Almanac weather prognosticator, who goes by the pseudonym of Caleb Weatherby. Credit for the cool name. To protect this proprietary and reliable formula, the editors of the Farmer's Almanac prefer to keep both Caleb's true identity and formula a closely guarded brand secret. Come on, Caleb. Come on. Tell us who you really are. Aren't you proud of your forecast? I guess not. Well, this is what the Climate Prediction Center is actually saying for what to expect this winter. It's all going to depend on if La Nina sets up. If it does, below average precipitation across the south, maybe a little bit more precipitation for us. Temperature-wise, though, not expecting anything unusually cold. Normal chances of seeing below or above average temperatures. The only place expecting colder than usual temperatures, way up to the north and west of us. So be careful where you get your winter forecast from. Guys, back to you.
Funnel cakes and farm animals, you guessed it. It is time for the Hamilton County Fair. Tonight is the first night, so let's send it over to Matt Holiner to check out the fun. Did you have a funnel cake yet?
Not yet, but I plan on getting one as soon as I'm done with this live shot here. It all started at 4 o'clock today. There was a chance of storms, but it didn't scare folks off. We actually just got a little bit of light rain in Cincinnati, so things worked out nice. A lot of stuff to do at the fair here. Let's start out over here with something I would not ride. None of those rides that spin around constantly. No. I'm not going to touch that. No. But if you're into that, we've definitely got that. We've got one here, too. We also got games. There's a petting zoo. But my thing at a fair is definitely the food. I'm all about the food, man. And they've got tons of it. Root beer floats. I think I'll hit that up to go along with my funnel cake. That might be a sugar rush. That might be a bad idea, actually. But they've got sausage and hamburgers, corn dogs, all that great fair food. I'm sure there's lots of fried stuff you can get here. But you know, one thing about the Hamilton County Fair that's unique, it happened earlier today. It was the Demolition Derby. And our own Denise Johnson was driving a car spray painted with Fox 19 on it and apparently was smashing into other cars. I really wish I could have seen that. Apparently there's GoPro footage of that. Hopefully we'll see that on our morning show tomorrow, because that's going to be very interesting. You know, that's one way to get out your anger, smash into some other cars. That's pretty unique. You know, and the weather pretty nice here, and the fair is going to go from 4 to 11 the next 2 days. Now, the fair starts at noon Saturday and Sunday. It's going to start a little bit earlier, but I encourage you to come out here the next 2 days, because we might get lucky with the rain. There are going to be scattered showers and storms around, but there will be breaks. Saturday and Sunday, different story. A cold front starts to push in the area, and we're expecting heavy rain. We may even be talking about a flash flooding risk. So if you have the time, come out to the fair the next 2 days, because it's looking like a wet weekend. But there's tons of stuff to do, so I'm sure it'll be a good time. Reporting live in Carthage, Matt Holiner, Fox 19 Now.
Matt Holiner is out in Cheviot at Cincinnati Festival. Matt, what's it like up there? What you doing?
Great weather. You know, I actually did the calculation a little while ago, and I'm 6.25% Italian. So I guess that qualifies me for being here. I'd say close enough. The weather really is fantastic, though. Folks are milling around. There's a big crowd here tonight. I think people may have been watching the Fox 19 forecast because they know that tonight's probably the best night. Things are going to be going downhill from here. Let's take a look at the forecast for the rest of Cincinnati. Yes, tonight we've got showers, and there may be some showers early tomorrow morning. During the day, it'll likely be dry, but clouds really throughout the day. It's going to be a breezy day. At 3 o'clock, 54 degrees. And if you're around here still at midnight, which I'm sure people will be, 40 degrees. So bring the jackets tomorrow. Sunday, a little bit better. I think we'll see a little bit of sun, but probably not that much. Mostly cloudy, still chilly and breezy, 55 degrees and maybe 51 by 9 o'clock. But I think people can still have a good time. How about my friend Thaddeus here? Thaddeus, have you been to Cincinnati before?
No, it's my first time.
Are you Italian? I'm 6.25%. Can you beat me? Can you beat me?
Not at all. Not at all Italian.
Well, see, obviously you don't need to be Italian to be here. What's your plan for the rest of the night?
I'm probably going to have another couple drinks and just relax with everybody, grab some good Italian food. All is going to be well, man. This is a great experience. Everybody should come on down, for sure.
I think I'll join you.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, what's the rest of the forecast looking like?
Good time, and I recommend pierogies, okay? Try those out. Outside enjoying the cold is meteorologist Matt Holiner. Matt, what do you have for us?
Steve, I wouldn't quite say enjoying the cold is the correct term. I was out doing a live shot at 6:30, walked out for this one, and had to go right back inside because I needed to grab a hat. It is very cold out here. The temperature has now fallen to 18 degrees in Cincinnati, but you factor in the breeze that's out here, and we're talking about feels like temperatures that are right now in the single digits, and they're going to be dropping below zero. We're talking about feels like temperatures -10 to maybe in some spots 20 degrees below zero. Just missed the show. It was spectacular, though. It was shooting off right from the Macy building right behind me, lighting up downtown. Big, noisy fireworks, too. Probably the loudest fireworks I've ever heard.
For more, we bring in meteorologist Matt Holiner.
So, Matt, what do you think? What are we going to get?
It's taken a long time for this storm to get its act together, but now it has, and it's going to be bringing some big-time impacts to Florida. And now it looks like more of the East Coast is going to be impacted. Well, in fact, look at the rain already moving into Florida. And those are just the outer bands. The center is much farther to the west now.
Yeah.
Now, it just started to take that shift to the east, which was expected, but it's taken a long time to make that shift to the east, and that's led to some bad impacts for the East Coast. Because it's taken so long to shift east, that's pushed the entire track farther to the west. That means Tallahassee is more under the gun. It looks like it's going to move right over Tallahassee as a strong tropical storm. Small chance it could still make it to a hurricane. And then it's going to, look at this, move right over South Georgia, across South Carolina, North Carolina. Still 60-mile-per-hour winds as it moves into Virginia. And we issue severe thunderstorm warnings, so we have winds over 58 miles per hour. So that could still take out trees. And then it's going to be a big-time rainmaker, too. It's going to slow down. Take a look at these rainfall totals across the area. Over 8 inches possible in parts of Florida, but we're still talking about 5 to 8 inches in parts of Virginia if this track holds. So big-time impacts through the Labor Day weekend. So it's actually going to condense. So I put 2 lines on this balloon. They're 5 inches apart. When I measure them in about another 15 minutes, we should see this shrink a little bit, and they will no longer be 5 inches apart, but less than that. So we'll see if that comes true. The other thing we're going to do here is we're going to see how long it takes for water to freeze. We're actually expecting a little bit of rain tomorrow night, but it could be freezing rain because initially tomorrow evening temperatures are going to be below freezing. So when that water hits the ground, it'll turn to ice. We're going to find out just how long it takes for that water to freeze when you have temperatures this cold. The other cool thing, you may have seen this one before, but if you haven't, it's really cool. You can freeze bubbles. Something really neat here. So we're going to try and blow some out. And if I can catch one here, whoo, and we get in real close, I'm going to have to level it out. But it takes a little bit of a while, but what actually starts to happen is you'll start to see little crystals forming in the bubble. We might not have enough time in this shot, but notice how the texture is changing a little bit, and that's a bubble freezing. So we'll come back in about another 15 minutes, and we'll see what kind of progress we made with the balloon and a little puddle of water. Back to you.
And we may be seeing some issues on the roadways tomorrow morning. Matt Holiner is live in the Storm Tracker with what we're seeing right now. So, Matt, is it smooth sailing out there or is it a little slippery?
You know what? I have good reports as far as the roads go. We're driving through some light snow right now, and to bring you up to speed, we were driving on 75 north, leaving downtown Cincinnati, and we just got on 275 west. We're just north of Springdale right now, and there's a little bit of light snow coming out. We'll call it a steady light snow. We've gone into a little bit of a band that's still holding on. But the road, 275 west, is still wet and not icy. I've been looking at pavement temperatures before we headed out, and they're in the mid to upper 30s. Now, granted, our air temperatures have fallen to freezing or maybe even a little below freezing, but the pavement temperatures always lag behind. So those pavement temperatures still above freezing, that means they're not icy, they're just wet. And actually, not as wet as they were earlier either. We're already seeing some of that snow that fell earlier and then melted as soon as it hit the pavement. It's already started to evaporate. That's because drier air is coming in and wind speeds are expected to increase through the overnight hours. So a lot of it is going to evaporate before it has a chance to turn to ice. But in some spots early tomorrow morning, we do think there could be a few icy spots that will pop up on secondary roads, maybe on your driveway, on ramps, off ramps to the interstates, and maybe on bridges. So that's what we're going to be watching out for. And we're going to keep driving around tonight and bringing you the latest conditions. For now, back to you in the studio.
All right, good stuff.
Hello everyone, meteorologist Matt Holiner here. It's been a rather warm, sticky day with a few pop-up showers and storms, but the main event arrives after 8 o'clock. That's when a line of widespread showers and thunderstorms is going to start working into our Indiana counties and will be spreading east. Starting around 8 o'clock, getting into the metro area closer to 10 o'clock, and then starting to wind down in our eastern counties around 1 a.m. And then I think we're going to be completely dry by 4 a.m., but things are definitely going to be getting stormy tonight and possibly some severe weather. There is a small chance for a few damaging wind gusts and a little bit of hail. We're going to be watching that very closely throughout the evening, and we're going to give you a full report on what to expect for the rest of your holiday weekend because we do have another chance of storms coming in. We'll give you all those details on Fox 19 now at 6:30.
Live outside, meteorologist Matt Holiner. Matt, tell us what you found out there.
Well, we actually just had a thunderstorm move over the area. Now still just getting some light rain. That's moved off to the east. But, you know, it was exciting around here between 5 and 5:30. That was when the severe thunderstorm warning was issued for downtown Cincinnati. And there was hail coming down. It was about half-inch size hail. So we saw pea-size hail to marble-size hail, very heavy rain, lots of lightning. There were some occasional wind gusts, but you know what? Actually, that severe thunderstorm warning, in some ways you could say, wasn't needed because we did not get any reports of quarter-size hail. You need to hail at least an inch in diameter for it to be a true severe thunderstorm, and you need wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour. Just did not see that in the area. Now, we saw some really good hail coming down in the Beachmont area. In fact, coming down even more intensely than what we saw right around downtown Cincinnati. And this also seemed to be mostly marble-size hail, some occasional quarter-size hail pieces. It was actually in southern Clinton and southern Warren County, though, where we saw the biggest reports of hail. There we got many reports of quarter-size hail. In fact, one report in Morrow, Ohio, of golf ball-size hail. Now, fortunately, it looks like things will be winding down tonight. I think the main severe threat over with. Thankfully, things have cooled down here with the first round of storms. We still have more showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for tonight, so we'll be watching it closely. Guys, back to you.
Matt, thank you very much.
All right, air temperatures at 32 in Cincinnati right now, but what about those surface temperatures? Well, let's take a look. I got my trusty thermometer here, and it's reading right about 28 degrees. The reason why the surface temperatures are a little bit colder, cold air sinks. So you have a layer of colder air right above the ground, so that makes those ground temperatures, those road temperatures, a little bit cooler than the actual air temperature. Now, we actually have some light rain starting to come down, so that means it's very light, so it's going to take a while for any ice to form, but it will form. However, the temperatures are warming, so we're only talking about a couple hours here where we're going to have the possibility for ice.
Italian Fest is officially underway. The weekend festival kicked off tonight. Joining us now from Newport on the Levee is Fox 19 Now's Matt Holiner. Matt, how are the crowds?
There's a pretty decent crowd here. It's gone down a little bit. Some folks are already headed home. It's all wrapping up at 11 o'clock tonight. Same thing tomorrow, 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock, but all day, Saturday and Sunday. And you know what? I've been on Italian Fest duty the last few weeks. I was out at Cincinnati just a few weeks ago, and it's a repeat, but it's all good fun. Out this way, we've got plenty of rides, Ferris wheel, carnival rides. But of course, I mean, if it's an Italian festival, you got to talk about the food, and there's plenty of it. I mean, you've got gelato, you've got Italian ice, you've got spaghetti, everything you could possibly want, right between the Taylor Southgate Bridge and the Purple People Bridge, all right down here on Newport on the Levee. Hey, there's something new this year, though, the Laurel Hill 5K Spaghetti Run. How's the forecast looking for it? Well, a little bit on the hot side. We typically, runners would like temperatures in the 50s, but they're going to be in the 80s. We're starting out low 80s when the race starts at 10 a.m. and upper 80s by noon as it's wrapping up. Plenty of sun and no rain to worry about, though. And I'm going to try some of the food here, and my friends are as well. Fried ravioli. I've never tried it before, and we're going to give it a try here. Delicious. Hey, you want to try? Hey, got fried Oreos here, too. Great food. Steve, what's the forecast looking out for the rest of the weekend? I have to finish eating here.
Yeah. Matt, have fun, enjoy yourself, and bring some gelato back for us.